Let me warn you now, I will have to pause this video. But according to this post, ICE agents conducted a raid in front of a Dollar Tree near a car wash, and several illegal aliens were arrested, not for shoplifting, but because illegal immigrants potentially tied to trafficking rings could be hiding in plain sight. Multiply that by 10. Guns, gangs, kids being rescued, and people still say ICE is the problem. Let's walk you through this. Now, this is why I have to pause the video. You see the young woman hand that's right here in my face? She's in front of a car. A car just struck that car while she was in front of it. Boom.
Oh my God, Ashley! Oh my God! Oh my God, dog! Get the fuck out of here! No, dude, we gotta record. Dude, they're bringing our fucking plates!
Yep, I didn't hear no sirens, no press, just ICE agents moving in, and it looked like they were trying to pull them people out fast. They hit a Dollar Tree near the car wash. That tells you everything. They not hiding in tunnels, man. They blending into your neighborhood now. But that was small compared to what ICE uncovered in Texas. Watch what they pulled out of Fort Worth, Texas, y'all.
Law enforcement agencies say neighborhoods across Fort Worth are a whole lot safer tonight after an aggressive operation to combat violent crime. Caroline Vandergriff looks at the impact.
Our intention to reduce violent crime in Fort Worth, Texas. And we did it together.
Areas of Fort Worth with high crime rates were targeted in a 2-month initiative called Operation Showdown. 76 people were arrested on firearm and drug crimes.
Many of the individuals arrested in this operation are convicted violent felons. Others are in our country illegally and have suspected ties to the Venezuelan transnational criminal organization Tren de Aragua, also known as TDA.
287 guns were confiscated.
One firearm seized during the operation was found to have been utilized in a shooting just 3 hours before it was seized.
Wow.
3 firearms were connected to homicides.
More than 22 kilos of cocaine, meth, heroin, and fentanyl are now off the streets as well.
And with the amount of contraband seized here, it's very apparent that there are some neighborhoods where parents can freely let their kids maybe have an afternoon play date out in that front yard or in that apartment complex parking lot or community area without fear that a drug transaction is transpiring just a few parking stalls away.
This announcement comes on the heels of a violent weekend in Fort Worth. 5 people were killed in 4 separate unrelated shootings this last Sunday. But officers say this operation has made the community safer, and their efforts to crack down on illegal gun and drug trafficking won't stop.
Granted, one loss of life is too many, but unfortunately, whenever those things happen, I can tell you the Fort Worth Police Department is dedicated to continue the work to prevent those from occurring in the future.
In Fort Worth, Caroline Vandergriff, CBS News, Texas.
76 arrested, 287 guns, and enough fentanyl for 240,000 deaths. Oh, and a bunch of them are here illegally. If anybody wanted to know, tied to a Venezuelan gang. What is it? I don't know how you say that. Tren de Agua. Let that sit for a second. They framing it, the Democrats, that is we out here deporting families with food trucks and stuff like that. But y'all missing the felons with homicide records. Still think ICE raids are too aggressive? Let's talk about the raid that actually rescued kids from a trafficking ring now.
Homeland Security investigators say 2 juveniles have been rescued from human trafficking at an upstate restaurant.
They also say multiple others were arrested on immigration charges. Our Ray Urena joins us live in West Union. Ray, you have been following this. Those doors to the restaurant haven't opened since the operation took place.
They have not, Rashad. And earlier today, we did see a few people try to pull on those doors in the hopes that they were open. But like you said, they have been locked since Homeland Security executed a search warrant here just a few days ago. Homeland Security says 8 people were arrested on immigration charges after a search warrant at Puerto Nuevo Mexican restaurant in West Union on Wednesday.
Homeland Security investigators.
Y'all just does something to my spirit when we talk about kids. 2 children rescued. 8 illegals arrested at a single restaurant. Meanwhile, you got some of these Democrats out here too busy sipping margaritas and screaming sanctuary to care that ICE just saved minors. Which brings me to this question. Why are we giving more empathy to these traffickers than the ones that are trafficked? And instead of protecting their kids, look at what California did to protect illegals, y'all.
You guys, this morning, this gentleman here was buying tamales from this lady over here, and he got taken. He got picked up. Okay, this gentleman here, people are trying to locate the company now, and the white car right over here, this is one of the intersections where they got picked up. Okay, so that just tells you that even people who are working get picked up. Okay, this is a corner. If you do roam around here, please put your windows down if they're tinted, because it gets us confused with ICE, because that's how they come. All right, just want to let you guys know, I'm at the corner of Garfield and Park, City of Pasadena, Villa Park. This is where they canceled all the games for all the kids and all the parks in Pasadena. The gentleman right here that was in this car got picked up. This person also got picked up. So I just want to let you guys know, this is what's going on here in Pasadena at Villa Park. You guys.
ICE raised the area. First of all, what stuck out was Pasadena cancels kids' games. But like I was saying, ICE raised the area. Pasadena shuts down all kids' sports games so illegals won't be seen in public. Not to protect children, but to protect people that ICE is chasing. We canceled playtime for legal kids so illegal adults could hide. And just when you thought that was insane, y'all, here's what the media uses to guilt you back into silence.
Today, I cared for an undocumented patient. This patient missed a critical dose of his medication last week, not because he didn't want to, not because he forgot about the dose, but because his lawyer advised him not to show up to the clinic due to fears of being deported by ICE. This patient was so scared of getting the treatment that he needs due to fears of being deported. So he stayed home and got sicker and sicker. And I truly fear, as a nurse, that this is a reality that most of our patients are going to have to face. It's no longer about the access to care, but the fear of receiving that treatment. No one should ever have to choose between their health and their safety, their health and their livelihood. It's ridiculous.
So,
Today,
here's a nurse saying an illegal missed some critical meds, not because of the system, no. I want to point out, but because his lawyer told him to skip it to avoid ICE. We're supposed to feel bad about that. After what you just seen? But when law and fear intersect, who do we blame? ICE? Or the ones here illegally ignoring court dates and warnings? And why they play this whole sympathy card, why they doing all that? Real ICE raids look more like this.
Let them know what's going on with their employer. Look at that. Look at that.
Let him go, man.
He's scared. He's resisting for a reason.
Dude, let him go. Just let him move the car, dude. He's not trying to.
Oh my God, why you guys act like animals? Oh my God, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that?
No! Let him go! He's not doing nothing wrong. Let him go!
Hey, you guys are doing too much! Hey! Record that! Record, he's hitting him! He's hitting him!
Now, we're going to have to skip through this a little bit for obvious reasons. You got him on the ground. ICE agents hemming him up still. They got one of them got his foot on the back of his neck. Show y'all this real quick.
Look at that. All you did was
there's more coming.
Say your name on camera. We can get
What's your name? What's your name?
Say your name on camera. Hey,
what's your name?
Hey, tell us where you're from so we can get you out of jail. Say it again. Where are you from? What city? What's your address? What's your address? We're gonna call your family. You got it? You guys need to see that. Hey, who do you want? Let him go. You can't just take him.
Why are you taking him?
You cannot take him. You have a search warrant to go in his car.
He gave permission to grab his phone. He gave permission to grab his phone. But that's his vehicle. You guys don't even have a warrant for that.
I need to take my friend's truck. Let's get it out of here. I don't want you. I don't want you. Can I take your car?
He gave permission to grab his phone.
He doesn't let me take his truck home.
He gave permission.
I'm disabled. I'm disabled. You cannot touch me. I'm disabled.
They're not working for them, but they're working with them.
You cannot hit me or touch me.
Yeah. They're here for the citizens, but hey, why don't they try to stop this?
You guys are liars. Piece of shit liars.
Hey, local PD's on the scene. Rally everybody up.
Yeah. You guys are
just don't say what you guys are doing. It takes 4 for 1.
Oh, lady. You guys should be ashamed.
Hey, rally up.
Excuse me, y'all. But you hear that? That's what happens when ICE does its job. People screaming, accusing, interfering, filming, acting like felons are martyrs. You didn't see anybody yelling when ICE pulled traffickers out of that restaurant. It's only when it's caught on camera for them, or when they can catch it on camera and it feels emotional. And the people that's screaming the loudest, they're the ones blocking road and blaming cops for not saving them. You can't make this up.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Tiernan, and on Saturday after leaving the No Kings protest, I was struck and injured by a motor vehicle while leaving the protest. The cops here in Catskill, New York, took several days to get an accident report together, and they would not give me any information. They never interviewed me after the accident. I've been asking for information for days because I've been very traumatized by this event. And now, in order to re-traumatize me, the cops here in Catskill are telling me that it's my fault that I put my human body in the street to be hit by a motor vehicle. The people in the motor vehicle actually got out and started screaming in my face after they had struck me. I spent the rest of the day in the hospital having x-rays and MRIs, CAT scans on my pelvis and on my head. And they never came to check on me. They never came to ask me any questions. They never did anything. And now they're giving me a citation for being in the road. So, honestly, I think that's a bunch of crap. And I'm very, very upset because I want to press criminal charges against this person who hit me. And the cops just handed me a fucking citation saying that it's my fault, that my fragile human body got hit by a motor vehicle after the protest.
Aww.
I have not yet seen the videos. They refuse to show them to me without a FOIL request, which of course I will file. That's all I have to say for now. But protect and serve? I don't think so.
Can I just take a moment to just huff and puff? God is good, ain't he, y'all? All the time. Sometimes you got to recenter yourself when you get amongst all this nonsense. She rides in the street, gets hit by a car, then demands police protection from the very system she seemingly wants to abolish. You want no police, no borders, no ICE. But when real world chaos hits you, you suddenly want to report an investigation and justice. You don't go somewhere with that, man. But it gets worse. This next guy didn't protest ICE. He tried to infiltrate it.
What's up, guys? I just applied to be an ICE agent, and my plan is that any information I get on ICE raids, I'm going to report back to the Mexican community and, just try to help you guys out. Also, every time a Mexican gets deported, I'm sneaking 2 Mexicans back into the United States. I'm just here to help. That's my plan. I will update you guys along the way. Thank you.
I don't know if this is satire or real, but let's just assume it is real. This man applied to ICE just to leak information on raids that's going to happen to these illegal migrants. If that's the case, that's not activism, y'all. That's sabotage from within. That's infiltration, obviously. And under federal law, that's the good old word treason. But I wonder, even though I take this as satire, it could be real. It does make you wonder how many people could be on the inside, considering we've seen videos of people, soldiers and stuff like that. I know it's not police officers, but, And as ICE has to deal with all that, these agents got to deal with so much crap. Look at what this woman is encouraging.
Hey, so we need to start ripping their fucking masks off. Those agents, those unidentified agents who are covering their faces and don't have any sort of decals on their clothing, rip their fucking masks off. Take off their fucking masks. Just start ripping their masks off. What the fuck else are we supposed to do? Why am I going to my 9 to 5? Why am I going to my job? Why am I paying my bills when all of this shit is happening? It feels so fucking useless because we might not even exist in a fucking week. It is exhausting being alive and informed right now. But there are masked men kidnapping American citizens and people who speak out against fascism. They're being literally fucking kidnapped in front of hundreds of people. No one cares. Oh my God. Start ripping their masks off.
Can I take some time to huff and puff again? God is good, ain't he? Start ripping their effing mask off, she says. Because, when ICE is rescuing trafficked kids and stopping fentanyl. Let's just assault them, right? We've turned law enforcement into the villain and the lawbreakers into folk heroes. Whew, I'm cool. You know, God is good, right? But if you're still unsure who the real threat is, here's how this ends. You know,
National convicted of several Oakland County home invasions was.
What did he say? Hold on, make sure we get the whole word.
National convicted of several Oakland County home invasions was sentenced today. Ignacio Ruiz Saldiaz will spend between 10 to 20 years in prison. We're told he's tied to an alleged South American crime ring. Investigators say the group targeted high-end neighborhoods in Metro Detroit, accused of taking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of belongings and cash. He is the first defendant connected to the group to be tried.
Wow. Chilean national. 20 years in prison, home invasions in wealthy Detroit neighborhoods, you're saying? He wasn't deported. Guess what? He was ignored. And because of that, families paid the price. How many more have to get hurt before we stop playing defense and start calling it what it is? And that's a war on law and order disguised as compassion. Listen, y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace.